Hello, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Wingarvacio, and today we're going to be covering Chapter 4, Lesson 4.4, Solving Two-Step Inequalities. Reference pages to this can be found in your Google Classroom 4.4, pages 148 and 149. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, solving two-step inequalities. Remember, solving an inequality is just like solving an equation, except without an equal sign, we have an inequality. So we have here our first problem example, 5x minus 4 is greater or equal to 11. And after that, we're going to graph it. So to solve this, again, we ask ourselves, what is happening to the x? It's being multiplied and it's being subtracted by 4. So what do? We want to get rid of the number that is the furthest away from the variable. So which one's the furthest? 5 or negative 4? So negative 4 is the first. So what we're going to do is we do the inverse operation to get rid of it. So opposite of negative 4 is positive 4. If we do it to that side, we do it to this side. Now, we're going to go ahead and cancel that out because that's a 0. 5x is greater than or equal to 15. Again, it's very similar to solving an equation, except this time we're solving it for an inequality. So now, there's another step we have to do. The next step is to divide by 5. Why? Because we want to get x by itself. So we're going to divide by 5. Now we have x is greater or equal to 3. Again, you have to graph. So make sure the variable's on the correct side. Is it on the left? Yep. So we're good to go. Go ahead and put 0 here, put negative 3 here, and then we're going to put 3 here. Is it open or close? It's an equal sign here, so it's going to be close to the right. Okay? All right, let's go look at example B. In example B here, we have B is being divided by negative 3 and plus 4. So we want to get the variable by itself. So we get rid of the number that's the furthest away. Which one's the furthest? 4. So we're going to get rid of 4 by subtracting 4 here. Train tracks. If you subtract 4 on that side, you subtract 4 on this side. This side cancels because we don't need that 0. So then now we have B is over negative 3 is less than, what's 13 minus 4? 13 minus 4. So 12, it's going to be 9. So we have 9. And then after that, we are going to ask ourselves what's happening to the b again. It's being divided by negative 3. So opposite of divide is multiply. So we're going to multiply this side by negative 3 and this side by negative 3. Okay, be careful. I'm going to go ahead and draw this. Be careful. I noticed that we're dividing by a negative. What happens when we divide by a negative in our last lesson? Or multiply by a negative? We have to do what? Switch the sign. So I'm going to switch the sign. Okay, so this cancels. B is not less than, but it's greater than now to negative 27. Did we switch the signs because of the answer is negative, or is it because of what we did? It's because of what we did. We multiplied by a negative 3. Okay, so don't forget that. Is the variable on the correct side? Yes, it is. So we're going to go ahead and graph this. So we're going to say 0 here. We're going to say negative 27 here. And we're going to say 27 here. Open or close? It is a open at negative 27. Be careful that you put it at negative 27 and not 27, okay? To the right. All right? So that's it. So two-step equations are just like two-step inequalities. You do the same thing, except this time you have an inequality that you have to graph. Okay, I would like you to take out a piece of paper. Go ahead and try number 1, 2, and 3 on your own. Pause the video if you need, and write down your answers. Okay, example 2. Now for example 2, I have here 4 graphs already for you, so you don't need to graph later, but you do need to solve it. So you're going to solve it and then choose the correct graph. So we're going to go ahead and solve this. So I'm going to rewrite this problem just right below. So we have negative 7x plus 3, close the parentheses, is less than or equal to 20. Again, we want to try to get x by itself. And to get x by itself, we have to do what? We have to isolate the variable. But I notice here there's a group. Do you notice there's a group here? So since there's a group, we have to distribute. Remember that distributive property? Okay, so negative 7 times x is negative 7x. And then negative 7 times 3 is negative 21. Then I can bring down my sign. So don't forget the distributive property here. Then 28 is here. Okay, how do I get x by itself? I got to get rid of the number that's furthest away, which is the negative 21. So I'm going to do the opposite to get rid of it. 21 here plus 21 here. Then I have here, this cancels. Then I have negative 7x is less than or equal to, and then 28 plus 21 is going to be 49. Then how do I get x by itself? Again, what's happening to x? It's being multiplied. Opposite of multiply is divide. So I'm going to divide both sides. Oh, do you notice what we divided by? We divided it by a negative. So what happens when we divide by a negative? We switch the what, everybody? We switch the sign. So we're going to go ahead and bring down our x. And then we have here, instead of less than equal to, greater than equal to. And then this is going to be negative 79, or negative 7, because 49 divided by negative 7 is negative 7. Okay, so that is our answer. Now, which graph matches that? So we know it should be at negative 7, so I can eliminate this because that's not at negative 7. I can eliminate this because that's not at negative 7. These two are, but which one is pointing to the correct direction, which is the right? And that is B. So the answer to this would be B because it's pointing to the right. Okay? All right. I would like for you to, try these examples later in a bit, but I have here my next example, which is a story problem. So we're going to go ahead and read the story problem. It says, a contestant in a weight loss competition wants to lose an average of at least 8 pounds per month during a 5-month period. So we have here their 5 months, and their average they want to lose is 8 pounds per month for how many? 5 months. How many pounds must the contestant lose in the 5th month? So 5th month. In order to meet the goal. Write and solve an inequality. Let x be the number of pounds lost in the 5th month. So first, what we need to do is we need to know how much have they already lost. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 12. Oops, let me write that. We're going to take 12 and plus 9. We're trying to get the total that they've already lost, plus 5 plus 8. And since we don't know the last total, we're going to put plus x. And to get an average, what we're going to do is we're going to add it up and divide it by how many months they want us to calculate. How many months? 5. So we're going to put it by 5. And it says here, they want to lose at least. So the word at least tells me that I'm going to use this inequality. And at least how many pounds? 8. So now we have our inequality that we can simplify. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the top. And when I add this top right here, I'm going to get 34. And then plus x is over 5 for the 5 months. And then is greater than, or I'm sorry, is at least 8 pounds. So now we have our problem. And what we can do now is we can figure out how much are they going to lose for the, how much they're going to lose for the per 5th month. So to solve this, again, I'm going to isolate the x to get x by itself. I'm going to get rid of the number that's furthest away, which is the 5. So I'm going to multiply 5 here and multiply 5 there to get the x by itself. This cancels. So now we have 34 plus x, that's a plus, sorry, is greater or at least 40. Again, how do you get x by itself? To get x by itself, all we need to do is subtract 34 to both sides. Subtract 34 to both sides. This cancels. X is greater than or equal to or at least, and then we can say 6. So to answer this question, it says here, how many pounds must the contestant lose in the 5th month to meet the goal? The contestant needs to lose at least 6 pounds, but they can always lose more. Okay, so if you didn't understand this example, feel free to pause it, stop it, and watch this example again, or any of the other examples. Okay, now continue on with your homework. Please do problems 4, 5, and 6. And the exit ticket will come from the problem before. So the exit ticket, make sure you review the last problem to answer this question. Okay, any questions you have, please bring it to class and I will answer them. Have a great day. Bye-bye.